some fun experiments here with a very synth-heavy song interpreted for guitar. Works really nice, I think. And for this one here, I'm going to be using just like a hybrid kind of drop D flat or C sharp. And really, it's only for kind of one bass synth note that happens in like the bridge section. So if you're not worried about that, then you don't even have to worry about it. Just keep it in standard. But if you want to play the bass synth sections, just take that low E, drop it down to D flat or C sharp. Okay, and basically just breaking down the synth riffs here, the kind of main synth riff. We're hanging out in like this key of F, and we're just going between the D and G string here at the 3rd fret. All right, so we're going to go 3D, 3G, 3D, 3G, hammer that onto 5, back to 3D, 3G. So just a lot of back and forth there with a little extra something. So it'd be like, all right, and that just cranks out 3 times. All right, and the final time, we kind of start the same way, go 3D, 3G, 3D, 3G, and then we slide that 3G down to 2, and then just finish with the 1D, 3D. Alright, and then that whole thing just loops. And that's just basically that whole synth part just kind of carries out through maybe like, 70-80% of the song there. So after you get that, if you want to try to experiment with like the vocal riff that's happening there, do this bit where we'll slide up to 6s on the B, hit about 4 of them. Alright, and then slide it to 4. Alright. Definitely will help to get some like reverb on there, or maybe just some extra sustain. Come up to the high E, slide 6 to 5. And then B string, slide the 6 to 8. Kind of hold there a moment. And then just slide it back to the 6. You can hit it again if you like. Okay. Alright. And for the first bass synth riff, we're just doing some, you can just downstrum some little 8th notes here. Start at the 4th fret. Okay, so this F note. Alright, about 8 of them. Drop down to 3 on the A for the C. Same deal, up to 6. And with this one, we do about 6 of them, and then we hammer, just zoom up real quick, hammer 8 to 10. Alright, and then down to the 1st fret here for the B flat. And kind of a similar deal there, do about, 6 of those. Hammer the 1 to 3, and then just start it over. Alright, and as far as, kind of just like the main chord progression over all that, and there is kind of a breakdown section where you really hear kind of like some string synth stuff come in and really fill out the chords. We're just going from an F, so you can do, with the drop D flat, it gets a little silly. You might do it this way if you want to leave out the bass note, but I think it's fine just to come up here to this kind of mid-voicing of it with the 8A, 10 on the D, G, B there. Just kind of a single strum, let it ring. Down to a C minor, so 3A, 5D, G, 4B. Up to E flat, so the 6A, 8 on the D, G, B. Then finish up the B flat, 1A, 3 on the D, G, B. Alright, so that's basically the main chorus progression happening there. Other than that, we get kind of a switch with the bass synth riff during like the bridge section. And like I said, this is where that, that drop D flat would come into play. So if you really want to nail this part, that's kind of what's up. But if you're not worried about this part, you can just keep it in standard. No big deal. And with this one, it's more just kind of like a single note thing. Start here at that same 4th fret on the D flat. And just hit it, let it ring. Then we drop down to the B flat, the 1A. Alright, hold that just a moment, and then we do the 1-3 hammer on. and then just off to that open low D flat. All right, and that just repeats like that. All right, and you know that same synth riff is over the top of it, so it kind of gives it a new voicing and a new feel. And other than that, those are pretty much all the parts. So once you get those, you should be all set and ready to rock.